He's on my property again. That animal has no business here.
The dog wasn't a stray. He was a working truffle hunter named Trovatore, wearing a state-crested vest.
Yes, a loose livestock nuisance. I wanted him pounded immediately.
Within 20 minutes, the county animal control van arrived at the curb. Officer Elena Diaz stepped out, clipboard in hand, eyeing the frantic dog.
You can't take him. He's a working truffle dog. He just followed a scent.
I don't care what he does. HOA rules say no loose animals, period.
Officer Diaz had no choice. County code was clear. Loose livestock must be impounded.
You have 14 days to file an appeal, Mr. Hartley. After that, the dog may be placed for adoption.
Benjamin stood alone outside the county kennel, the clock already ticking down on his dog's fate. As Benjamin stood outside the kennel, his mind drifted back. He'd been a sommelier for 2 decades before trading wine cellars for truffle groves. Trovatore could scent a white truffle buried 3 feet deep, a skill no other dog in the state possessed.
Good boy, Tro. That's the spot.
Benjamin had trained him since a pup, using soil samples from European truffle regions to calibrate his nose to the rarest strains. The state awarded Trovatore a working animal vest with its official crest. He became the top-earning truffle dog statewide. 3 James Beard restaurants had contracts totaling more than $620,000 a year. Every dish depended on Trovatore's harvests.
Without Trovatore's fresh white truffles, my signature dish is dead. He's irreplaceable.
The dog's scent calibration had taken years to perfect. A week in a standard kennel could scrub it clean.
That dog is worth $400,000, and I've got 14 days to save him.
The clock was ticking faster than any truffle hunt. The HOA had no idea the true value of what they'd seized. Benjamin and Trovatore had been tracking a prize truffle near the HOA border when the dog suddenly bolted.
That filthy animal is digging up my petunias. I've warned you, Hartley. This is the last time. This is the 3rd time this month. You are going to learn what HOA rules mean. I am filing an official nuisance complaint.
He's a working animal, trained for truffle hunting. He never stays long. Just let me retrieve him.
Yes, animal control. Loose livestock at 742 Ridgewood Lane. Repeat offender. I want him taken immediately.
Officer Elena Diaz arrived within 20 minutes, the same weary look from previous calls.
Mr. Hartley, I've been ordered to impound the dog, pending an HOA hearing. I am sorry, but I have no discretion.
Benjamin watched, helpless, as Trovatore was led into the transport cage, his tail tucked.
She's not going to stop until she destroys everything I've built.
Inside the sterile concrete kennel, Trovatore paced in frantic circles, his legendary nose already dulling from the disinfectant air.
I am filing an emergency appeal for my truffle dog. He's a working animal, not a pet.
The appeals committee meets next Tuesday. That's the soonest.
Next Tuesday is day 11. His nose will be ruined by then.
Benjamin wrote a detailed letter, citing the dog's economic contracts, but the HOA didn't respond.
Hang in there, Tro. I am fighting for you.
The shelter vet warned Benjamin that kennel stress could permanently erase Trovatore's olfactory calibration. By day 10, Trovatore barely lifted his head. His legendary nose was dulling fast. Benjamin tried to intercept Samantha after a board meeting, but she brushed past him without a word. Day 14 approached like a deadline on a ticking bomb. The administrative window was slamming shut.
If I don't find a crack in the next 48 hours, he's gone for good.
On day 12, Benjamin's phone erupted with the ringtone of Chef Marcus from L'Auberge. The kitchen was in chaos.
Benjamin, the fall truffle dinner is in 3 days. I have 90 covers booked. Where are the truffles?
They've seized Trovatore. I am fighting it, Marcus. It's a bureaucratic nightmare.
L'Auberge canceled its signature truffle tasting that night. $40,000 in reservations evaporated.
Without the white truffles, my menu is a lie. People fly in for this. We'll lose everything.
Benjamin tallied the contracts. The 3 restaurants combined stood to lose over $800,000 within weeks.
This is a disaster, Benjamin. My investors are screaming. I can't wait much longer.
I am letting them all down. My dog, my partners. This HOA is burning down my entire world.
By evening, the second James Beard restaurant had also removed its truffle dishes, citing supply chain crisis.
$400,000, walking away on 4 legs. I am running out of time.
A food journalist broke the story that afternoon. Top truffle dog seized, culinary world in crisis. The piece detailed Trovatore's training, the confiscation, and nearly $900,000 in mounting economic damage. Within hours, Free Trovatore erupted. Chefs, celebrities, and animal lovers shared the story millions of times.
This is absurd. I'll give a statement to put this hysteria to rest. The dog was a nuisance and a trespasser. The HOA followed protocol. This is just a smear campaign.
Her words backfired. Social media unearthed videos of Trovatore's state record truffle fines. Animal welfare groups announced a protest outside the HOA, vowing to stay until Trovatore was freed.
Finally, the world is watching. But she's still holding the leash.
The petition crossed 50,000 signatures. National television picked up the story, spreading it far beyond the food world.
All this pressure, but she hasn't flinched. I need something stronger than public opinion.
The next morning, 50 protesters gathered at the HOA entrance, holding signs that read, "Free Trovatore" and "Justice for Working Dogs."
This is harassment. Every one of them will be cited for loitering. And as for you, Hartley, this disturbance is going to cost you. I am issuing a fine for violating HOA conduct standards.
You can't be serious. I am not even inside the HOA property.
The certified letter arrived that afternoon. A $5,000 fine for disruptive behavior, inciting public nuisance.
She's trying to bury me in fines so I can't fight. With the restaurant income gone, I can't afford a $5,000 hit every week.
And next time, it will be $10,000. Drop this ridiculous crusade, or I'll make sure you lose everything.
Benjamin stared at the fine notice. The HOA was weaponizing its own rules to crush him completely.
I am running out of road. There has to be something I haven't tried.
Benjamin contacted a property attorney, desperate for a legal loophole. The lawyer's assessment was blunt.
They have absolute power over nuisance abatement. He told me to settle, like it was nothing.
The attorney confirmed HOA regulations gave them near total discretion over animal complaints. A court fight could drag for months.
Months I don't have. Tro will be gone by then.
Benjamin, the second restaurant, just canceled their entire truffle menu. This is now a catastrophe across the board.
Chef Marcus's voice cracked with stress. The economic ripple had become a tidal wave. Benjamin stared at the computer. A new projection tallied the combined loss, $890,000.
This number is real. These are people's livelihoods.
He drove past L'Auberge that night. The parking lot was empty, the windows dark. No truffle dinner, no laughter.
I am out of options. Maybe I should just give up.
Trovatore's condition continued to decline. The kennel vet, noticing his high-end training vest, performed a mandatory chip scan. The scanner displayed a federal registration number, USDA Working Animal, Idaho, 7293. A status Benjamin had never mentioned. The vet explained the chip showed a working animal registration, potentially making the seizure a federal violation. Benjamin was too exhausted to process it.
Federal registration. What does that even mean? I am just trying to get him back before the deadline.
Benjamin tucked the vet's report into his folder and drove home. Another letter from the HOA was waiting in his mailbox. The letter read, "Due to ongoing community disruption, the impoundment period is extended an additional 14 days per HOA Resolution 14B.
She can't do that. There's no hearing, no due process.
Benjamin called the HOA office. Samantha answered, her voice dripping with satisfaction.
You've been fined again for contempt of board authority. Pay up or we'll put a lien on your property.
I am drowning. Maybe the vet was trying to tell me something important, but I can't think right now.
Benjamin, that vet said something about a federal chip. What did he mean?
He said, Trovatore has a USDA registration number. I don't even know what that covers.
Something clicked. Benjamin pulled the vet's report from his folder and started searching the Animal Welfare Act online. He scanned the dense legal text until he found Section 2143, Federal Protection for Registered Working Animals.
Improper seizure of a federally registered working animal is a violation. The fines are per day.
He entered Trovatore's chip number into the Federal Working Animal Database. The record confirmed it instantly.
It's real. Trovatore is a federally protected working animal. This means the HOA didn't just ignore me. They broke federal law.
Benjamin's hands trembled as he printed the regulation. A federal violation meant federal consequences.
This changes everything. I have a weapon now.
Benjamin called the USDA Working Animal Registry early the next morning. The line crackled. Then a calm voice confirmed Trovatore's status. Within the hour, an official certificate of federal working animal status arrived by email. Trovatore Hartley, Idaho, 7,293, protected under AWA Section 2143.
This isn't just a piece of paper. This is a federal shield for my dog.
He printed the certificate, drove to the HOA office, and found Samantha behind her desk, perfectly composed.
What is this, Hartley? Another one of your dramatic pleas?
It's a federal certificate. Trovatore is a registered working animal. Seizing him violates the Animal Welfare Act.
Meaningless paper. The HOA governs local nuisance, and this dog was a nuisance. Federal bureaucrats don't scare me.
She slid the document back across the desk, as if it were a used napkin.
She's daring me. Thinks I won't actually pull the federal trigger. You just made a catastrophic mistake, Samantha. The USDA will hear about this.
Benjamin filed the complaint online that afternoon, uploading the certificate and the HOA's impound documents.
Mr. Hartley, this is Agent Michael Harris. The seizure of your federally registered working animal is a clear violation of the Animal Welfare Act. Improper seizure carries federal fines of up to $48,000 per day. We're sending a field agent to investigate immediately.
For the first time in 2 weeks, I feel something other than despair. The feds are actually listening.
The HOA had no idea that a federal enforcement division was now targeting their petty power play.
I'll have the kennel ready for inspection. Trovatore's chip scan is on file.
Good. Keep your phone on. This is now a priority federal investigation. We don't tolerate harassment of working animals.
A case file was opened, and a USDA field agent was assigned to conduct an on-site investigation within 48 hours.
Thank you, Agent. I am not going to let them get away with this.
When the call ended, Benjamin stared at the phone. The battle had just escalated, but for the first time, he had the law on his side. 2 days later, another certified letter arrived. A nuisance lien had been filed against Benjamin's property for $17,000 in accumulated fines.
She's trying to take my land now. This lien could force a foreclosure.
The HOA had weaponized its own rules to the extreme. Pay the lien or lose the property within 90 days. His attorney warned that fighting the lien in civil court could drag on for years, and his savings were already gone.
If I surrender and drop the federal complaint, she'll release the dog. But that means admitting defeat and losing everything I've built. I can't abandon him. Not after everything. Don't negotiate. Push the federal complaint all the way.
Benjamin knew this path could lead to bankruptcy, but he would not sell out his dog or his partners. Across town, Samantha smiled as she signed the lien paperwork, certain she had broken him.
Let them come. The truth is on my side. and the law is finally catching up.
The USDA's black enforcement SUV rolled up to the HOA office. Agent Harris stepped out, badge gleaming, a federal notice in hand. Samantha stood on her porch as Harris approached, her confident smile evaporating. She read the top line of the document and turned pale.
This is a mistake. I'll have my attorney squash this by morning.
The fine is $48,000 per day, retroactive to the seizure date. I'd start making calls.
Samantha dialed Benjamin's number within minutes, her voice stripped of its usual condescension.
Hartley, let's be reasonable. Drop the complaint and I'll release the dog today. No more fines for anyone.
It's too late for deals. Samantha, you broke federal law. I want a full investigation and public release of the findings.
He's insane. He's going to destroy himself just to bury me.
Agent Harris called Benjamin minutes later to confirm. The daily fines were now officially accruing against the HOA and Samantha personally.
She thought she could crush me. Instead, she just gave me the final weapon.
Samantha convened an emergency HOA board meeting that evening, her coral blazer still wrinkled from the confrontation.
This federal order is a bureaucratic overreach. We have local authority to enforce our nuisance codes. We can fight this.
But the board members had already calculated the math. $48,000 per day, with no cap, and personal liability.
It's intimidation. We'll file an injunction. Our attorney says the HOA charter supersedes.
A board member, a retired school teacher, stood up without a word, removed her nameplate from the table, and walked out.
She can't just walk out. We need a quorum.
A second member pushed back his chair. Within minutes, half the seats were empty. The HOA board had fractured entirely.
Fine. Walk away. I'll handle this myself.
But without a board, she had no shield. The fine was now running, and the HOA's legal funds were frozen by the federal probe.
They've all abandoned me. This is a catastrophe.
Benjamin's phone buzzed while he sat in the kennel parking lot. A PDF from the HOA's attorney. The settlement offer: release the dog, drop all fines and the lien, and pay $5,000 for inconvenience. No admission of fault.
$5,000. After everything they put him through. This isn't justice, Agent Harris. They offered a settlement. Release the dog, drop the case, and a token payment.
If you settle, they walk away with a slap on the wrist, take it to trial, and we set a federal precedent that protects every working animal.
Benjamin stared at Trovatore's photo on his visor, the dog's tail mid-wag during a past Truffle find.
Almost $1 million in lost contracts. And they think I'll sell out for pocket change. Not a chance. Reject it. I want the full federal investigation and the maximum fines. Every single day.
He signed the formal refusal and sent it to the HOA's attorney before noon. No counteroffer, no negotiation.
Agent Harris, proceed with everything. I want this to be a warning to every HOA that thinks they're above federal law.
The next morning, 2 black USDA enforcement SUVs pulled into the county kennel lot. Agent Harris carried a federal court order.
This order mandates the immediate release of working animal Trovatore with retroactive fines of $48,000 per day.
The kennel director nodded, stunned. Officer Diaz unlocked the cage without hesitation, her face a mix of relief and apology. Trovatore's eyes locked onto Benjamin through the glass. The dog burst forward the moment the latch clicked. The dog exploded into the sunlight, leaping into Benjamin's waiting arms with a force that knocked him back a step.
I've got you, Tro. I've got you. Never again.
Trovatore's tail whipped like a propeller, his whines a mixture of relief and unbreakable loyalty. Outside the kennel gates, reporters and animal welfare activists erupted in cheers. The story had finally turned.
This is only the beginning. The fines will continue until the HOA fully complies with federal law.
They said I was nothing. But the law doesn't care about their arrogance.
The federal fine had climbed to $672,000 by the end of the second week. Each sunrise added another 48,000 reals to the ledger.
Miss Whitfield, you've been named personally in a federal negligence suit. No jury, no delays.
Her attorney warned her that criminal charges for negligent handling of a working animal were a real possibility.
$310,000. It's all I have. Just take it and make this nightmare disappear.
The settlement drained her entire savings. The HOA's legal fees had already consumed the rest. Within the week, new signs appeared along every shared trail and HOA entrance.
Never thought I'd see a sign telling a dog he owns the road. But here we are.
Full compliance means the daily fines stop today. Consider it a warning for every HOA in the country.
She lost everything just to keep me from walking a dog through her garden. And now the whole world knows. Now the truffle season can finally begin. Come on, Tro. Let's go make history.
The USDA designation arrived on crisp federal letterhead. Working Animal Sanctuary, Benjamin Hartley property. The first of its kind in the state.
This piece of paper means more than the deed. It means Tro is safe here for life.
Neighbors, who once sided with Samantha, now waved as Benjamin and Trovatore passed on the trails.
Funny how a federal court order changes people's memories.
It took 3 weeks of patient retraining. Each morning, Benjamin buried scent samples across the sanctuary grounds. By the 4th week, Trovatore's nose found every buried vial without hesitation. His calibration was fully restored.
You are sharper than ever, Tro. The kennel didn't break you.
On the first day of the true truffle season, the air was cool and the forest floor soft. They set out into the autumn woods. Trovatore circled a grand oak, tail high, then started digging with the focused intensity Benjamin knew so well.
We're back, partner. Just like old times.
Trovatore froze mid-dig, one paw hovering, a stillness Benjamin recognized from 100 hunts, the final signal.
You've got something big, Tro. Let's see it.
Benjamin brushed aside the dark soil with careful, reverent hands. A pale, wrinkled globe emerged, growing larger with each sweep. He lifted it free. A white truffle, the size of a small melon, flawless and fragrant. He'd never seen anything like it.
This has to be the largest white truffle ever found in the state. It's a record.
Chef Marcus, who had joined the hunt with a camera crew, pushed through the ferns. His face paled, then broke into a wild grin.
Over 2 pounds. The scale doesn't lie. Benjamin, you and Trovatore just made culinary history.
The camera shutters exploded. Within hours, the image of Benjamin cradling the record truffle, Trovatore by his side, went viral. The state's Department of Agriculture later confirmed it. The largest white truffle ever recorded, found by Trovatore and Benjamin Hartley.
You did it, boy. After everything, you are still the best truffle dog this state has ever seen.
A week later, Benjamin sat on his cabin porch, watching Trovatore chase monarchs across the sanctuary lawn. His phone buzzed with a text from a chef across the country who had just shaved the record truffle over a risotto.
They're all calling it the Trovatore truffle. Imagine that.
He looked down at a framed photo on the small table beside his chair, the day Trovatore was taken.
Feels like a lifetime ago. I came so close to losing everything.
Trovatore bounded onto the porch, dropping a slobbered stick at Benjamin's feet with a satisfied huff.
We made it, old friend. Just like I promised.
The sun sank behind the pines, painting the sanctuary in amber and rose. The only sound was Trovatore's contented sigh. On the wall inside, the state record certificate hung beside the sanctuary designation. 2 pieces of paper that had rewritten their destiny. Benjamin Hartley and his truffle dog didn't just survive the HOA. They had rewritten the rules for every working animal that would follow. The next evening, they walked the sanctuary boundary together, As they always did before sunset, Benjamin picked up the stick. Trovatore had been carrying all week. Worn smooth by teeth, he wound up and threw it deep into the golden woods. A long arc against the fading light, Trovatore launched off the porch with a joyful bark, his red vest bright against the darkening green. Benjamin followed at a slower pace, his boots finding the familiar path as the shadows lengthened. Their silhouettes merged with the trees, two figures who had fought the law and won, now just a man and his dog. Somewhere in the woods, Trovatore found the stick and circled back, his tail a white flag in the dusk. The sanctuary sign stood quiet at the gate, its words a promise kept. The camera lingered on the empty path, the forest settling into its ancient quiet. In the end, it was never about the truffles. It was about a bond that couldn't be seized, fined, or broken.